position because there is like some bare sunlight affecting my camera. What is going on? Welcome back to another live. Today we've got the Bounce Force Aftermath. So if you don't know how these aftermaths run, essentially, or if you don't know how this channel's sort of working at the moment, essentially I'll come live, I'll announce and I'll update sort of where I'm playing next, and then if I've got any foot videos, if anyone takes any videos and I get them sent to me, then I try to put them on YouTube, and then I'll come live and I'll obviously make a little aftermath, and I'll just sort of say how the night went, and all the rest of it. So this is the aftermath of Bounce Force. So yesterday I was booked to go down and play in a place called Lee, which is not too far off Wigan. So it's in like the Wigan area, which is like a little bit of a suburb of Manchester. Really, it's all sort of in the Manchester sort of areas, so sort of in between Manchester and Liverpool. So I was booked at Bounce Force. I was booked to go back to back with the DJ Catchy, and it nearly did not happen, which was a little bit of a shame. So so obviously earlier last week, obviously I knew about this gig, so I booked it in. I booked myself at a nice hotel called the Glazebury Hotel. Everything was all fine. Everything was all fine and dandy and doody. And about sort of mid to late on through the week, I get a phone call from me nan, and she says the trains are striking. There's no trains in and out of Hull on Saturday at all. So I'm thinking, oh well, that's screwed. That's screwed. So my mum's friend, well, originally I was going to see if the layman was going to go, but he was busy. So then one of my mum's friends says, "Oh, I'll drive you. I'll drive you. You know, and we'll go down together, and we'll, you know." And that didn't end up happening. So yesterday was a little bit of a one of them days where I actually was like texting in the group to sort of say, look, I'm not going to make this gig. And then there was like, well, if you can get as far as Doncaster, I can jump in Catchy. And then luckily, thanks to a little bit of help, I was actually able to get to Doncaster, to jump into Catchy's car to get to the gig, and then I got back to Doncaster, and then I got a lift back from Doncaster to Hull, which was just, you know, which was just really nice. So it was obviously, you know, it was good that I was still able to make. And it was kind of like the universe was giving me something good and wanting me to do this gig for some reason, because I honestly, about this time yesterday, I was starting to think it, you know, it was all over. You know, that we're not going to make this booking, but you know, I managed to make the booking, and I had an absolutely just an amazing time. And you know, when you just know that you're surrounded by good people. And I've changed a lot of things in my life, you know, just within recent times. And you know, I look back at the old sort of like me. So I look back at sort of like what I used to do and where I used to be. And there's still some people on that same level. And when you look back and like it almost like sort of like reminds you like of why you changed yourself, and makes you think like, you know what, like I'm glad I changed myself, and bettered myself, and now I absolutely love it. I'm, you know, going to all these out of town gigs, and I'm meeting so many nice new people. I've got you know, I've got an all right decent, you know, set of raving friends now. You know, loads of different people that I know from, you know, different events and different venues, and obviously different areas. And it's just a really nice thing to see. Which was absolutely fantastic. Just absolutely amazing. So we got to Doncaster. I got into Catchy's car, and then we just nipped by the McDonald's. I was starting to get a little bit of an headache actually, because I think I hadn't really eaten too much other than a bit of toast. I hadn't drank too much, like fluids. So I was just getting a little bit run down, and obviously I'd got a bit stressed out, thinking I'm not gonna get there, not gonna get to this gig. So I thought, you know what, I need a little bit of a pick me up. So I thought maybe if I eat something, it might just help me out. So I ate something, and then we went over to Aidan Tyndall's house to pick Tyndall up. And he was just sorting out some last minute tunes. We just had a quick little mix at his house, just a couple of mixes. And then we set off and we hit the road, and we drove into Barnsley, and we picked none other than David Gray, Mr. General Bounce. We picked him up, and he was coming along for the ride, so that was really good. By this point, my head was actually quite pounding. And then so then we get on the motorway. My head's pounding. We're pulling the services, and then I decide, you know what, I'm gonna get an energy drink. I need a bit of energy. So I just sort of sit in the car. I'm drinking this energy drink, and then I feel myself sort of starting to get a little bit better. So I was quite pleased about that. So I was feeling a bit better, and it's like the energy drink helped. And then we got to the place called Lee itself, and we met all the Bounce Force lads. They were in like a pub just round the corner from the venue, just having a couple of beers before opening the club. And they just, we sort of met them all. Then a couple, Gordon and, was running the night, went over to the nightclub to open. Set up, we was on first, so we did shortly follow. And then we jumped on and we did a set. We started the set a little bit earlier because we were just sort of sound checking and stuff, and I think to about 10 to 5 to, there was a tune on the deck that was about to run out, so I just said we'll just start with ours. So bang, slammed in the intro tune, and we just went on and just played a good set. And I really enjoyed the set. There was a lot of trance vibes in it, and there was a few house vibes in it as well, and it was all like bounce and donk remixes. I just played some of the bounce and donk tunes that I'm absolutely loving at the moment, and it was really good to see. And I just really enjoyed it, to be honest with you. It was just one of them where it was one of them as well where like there was so many to play that we just did not get a chance to play as well, which was really, it was really, it was gutting, but I was grateful with, with the set we'd played. It was a really good set, obviously, but it was just enjoyable. The whole night, the whole vibe was enjoyable. Did a little bit of MCing as well, which some people was like, whoa, you're actually all right on the mic, and I'm like, yeah, I've been MCing for 7 years. Not that I'm trying to, come across like a big-headed kind of person, but I don't think some people realise, they maybe haven't followed what I do. So they're thinking, they're wondering sort of who this person is, and then, when they come and then, oh, this guy can mix, and then, oh, he can MC as well. It sort of like blows people away. I don't think they expect it. Someone thought I'd actually come just to MC and didn't realise I was DJing as well, and didn't realise I could DJ, as well as I did, and was just like, I didn't know you was here to DJ. I thought you was just going to do a bit of MCing, and everyone loved my vibe and my energy. As you know, I always like to jump around and have a sing song when I'm behind the decks. It's just who I am. It's just the type of person I am. I'm always I always try to be a happy and positive person, and I think when I am doing something music related, I do genuinely feel happy and positive, because music just does something to me that allows me to feel happy and positive, which is obviously a good thing. So I was obviously buzzed about that. And yeah, it was like I say, it was just an enjoyable night. So like I say, me and Catchy absolutely smashed the pants out of a B2B. Really enjoyed it. We did two mixes each. which was really good. Yeah, there was no, I guess on my behalf, there was no, like it wasn't planned. So like the tunes I selected wasn't planned. Apart from I know the intro tune was to start with. But then, as far as that for me, I just put a list together, full of like bounce and donk, and was going quite trancey, so I tried to go into some, sort of like trance vibes, in the set. Really, I was just selecting just whatever I felt like. At the time, really, as opposed to following like a set list. Um, but it was really good. It was really enjoyable. Absolutely loved the vibe. Loved every minute of it. And I can't wait to do it again. I can't wait to smash in another bounce force for definite. Um, like I say, it was really nice to meet some of the new, some new faces, and get involved with some of the new crowd. Um, it was really enjoyable. Obviously, there was the error of obviously possibly not maybe being able to get there, and then obviously that just when that obviously got sorted out. So big ups to everybody who made it their absolute mission to try and help me, and people who made it, their mission to actually make sure that I could get to this booking, because obviously if not, it would have been such a shame to miss the booking, and to miss whatever would have gone down if I wasn't there. And poor old Catchy, he would have been playing our B2B set on his own, and he was actually quite looking forward to playing the B2B as well. So it was obviously a good thing. But yeah, it was an absolutely amazing vibe. So big ups to Bounce Force. Roll on another one, most definitely. Make sure to like, make sure to comment, share, subscribe, all the rest of it. We'll see you. Take it easy, peeps.